contemplate, create, and communicate. What good can we do if no good came to us? What good can we do if no good revolved around us? And what good can we do if nothing good came to us? Nothing. These are the three big questions leaders around the world ask every day. And if not addressed, will burden our future generation. Now, to kind of get what I'm saying, to the audience in this room right now, as of 2017, I dare you just name 3 people off the top of your head who are famous CEOs, presidents, or any renowned leader, who are completely self-made when they were younger, and are Chinese American. Go. Oh, it's not nice to stare. Well, personally, I can't name a single one. It has become habitual that the non-Asian kids of luxurious parents can become rich people of immense influence when they grow up. But what about the rest of us? Why is that none of us get the fame and glory we're worked off sweat and tears that we deserved? To be honest, we're driving the wrong way. Now, your typical Asian family with kids will look something like this. The parents are obsessed with 3 things. Well, 2. The first is WeChat. But the second is math. And the third is comparing their child's math ability with others. In fact, math has taken over our lives so much that we rarely have time for anything else, except for, of course, Miss Holly and sports. Now, to analyze this, I like to break down the structure of a highly influential leader. Now, of course, they are 25% problem solvers, and math is very good at addressing this. But they're also 25% philosophers, 25% creators, and also 25% communicators. As the average Asian family, we have left out previously 75% of what it takes to be a highly influential leader. Though we haven't yet, we can still rise from the deepest depths. And it's time to make a change. By we, I refer to all of us. All of us who want to see and make our voices heard. First, we must all be philosophers. Philosophers are people who are incredibly deep contemplators. All the time they ask the question why things are the way they are and how they can change. Now, one great activity at enhancing philosophical abilities is debating. Think about it this way. What do presidents do before an election? What do scientists do when they're arguing about theories? What do leaders do when they're trying to get their point across? Debate. Debate opens our minds to a wider variety of topics and obligations, and this will help leaders explore deeper into our goals. A good leader is also a master creator. They get amazing ideas to come to them, and they use their knowledge to act upon them. You can be the smartest tech geek or mathlete in the planet, but without any imagination or knowledge, you can't do anything big. Now, once upon a time, there were 2 best friends. The first one was named Steve, and the other was named Steve. Now, Steve was a tech geek, mathlete, best in his class, while Steve was a visionary reader. When growing up, Geek Steve only worked as a leader, or as a worker under his friend Reed Steve, who made the brightest ideas for our future. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, Steve Jobs created Apple and gained world fame, while Steve Wozniak, a man not known by many, though is successful, only worked as an Apple engineer. Now, that was a condensed story, but the idea is that great leaders have to read all the time. Reading gives us knowledge, and it gives us imagination. As Dr. Seuss once said, the more you read, the more you will know. The more you learn, the more places you will go. Unfortunately, kids these days are reading less and less. However, if we want them to be able to succeed and make the change, they need to read more and more to get the imagination and knowledge that they need. The last and arguably most important aspect of a leader is communication. How can someone with imagination, knowledge, and deep thinking do anything big if they can't get anybody to be under their lead? Communication is what gets people to come to your side. Now, for example, we all know immigration is a big problem, right? But the way we argue that can make somebody turn it against us. Just last year, one particular presidential candidate talked a little bit too much about this issue. Now people think he's a racist, not a leader. This is the power of words in communication. People have to communicate all the time. But the good leader is the good speaker, who can motivate and move his crowd to be on his side. Obviously, leadership has become our next manifest destiny. Leaders have willpower. Leaders are willpower. Leaders can give us willpower. Leaders can change lives. They can inspire a generation. And they can make the world a better place. Let us begin today. Let us have the good come to us. Let us revolve around us. And let it work with us. Let us contemplate, create, and communicate.